Alright, welcome everyone. I'm TheEndd, also known as Shinoa, and I'll be running Cold Steel 4 80% normal turbo. So, I'm gonna quickly set up the running here since it is asking for in-game bonuses from the previous games. And we can do a quick countdown now. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So this is the 4th game in the series of Cold Steel. Also, we like to call it just another Cold Steel 2, since it does follow the same formula as that game. And right with the prologue, we started with a bunch of fights with a bunch of tutorials. Every time you open a new menu you haven't opened, you'll get a tutorial. And that's like one of the more annoying things when you plan on running this game. Even casually can be quite annoying. But yeah, we get to play as the characters from the previous games, from the Sky series and Crossbow ones. If you haven't played those games, you'll probably be really confused with this start, like who these characters are and such. So I'll explain the turbo feature here. Turbo feature is basically an inbuilt speed up feature that allows us to speed up the game. In the battle, we speed up the game by 6 times, while on the field it is sped up by 2 times. You can modify the field one up to 6 times, just like the battle, if you wish to. That was unlucky. You got the HP heal there. And personally, we run with 2 on the field because it's like manageable more. You could run 6 times, but if you feel like running into every encounter, just do what you want, really. But yeah, we have decided that since Cold Steel 1 to run with these turbo settings. Alright, we come up here with a fight where I normally would reset a lot if I won't get Death Blow proc here. Death Blow proc basically one-shots enemies like that, and yeah, I got lucky. Moving on, there are a few more fights. Also, this game introduced all cutscene skipping, which is really neat feature. So in this fight, we want to parify with Estelle if possible. Parifying means there's a chance parified enemy can be death blown, like in the last fight. If not, the fight will take a bit longer than usual. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So I'm gonna grab this chest here, feed it to Ren, and some CP for Joshua, if you'll ever get to 200 CP. And we come up here with one of the worst fights in the prologue. I'll quickly make a save here, because things can go really badly. There are too many random events that can screw us over. And looks like we're already started with that. Okay, at least that zero cast was nice. And now we're free, Sunlight. Alright, I need to switch with Ellie here. Quickly Brave Stone. Order. And we're ready to go. So you might have noticed that I'm skipping animations way faster now, but that's just because the game has an auto feature which allows you to play the game on auto. Normally it just will always normal attack, but it skips animations, but for some reason it skips animations 3 times faster than usual. So if you use auto to skip the animations, you save a lot of time. We only do that with S-Crafts, since skipping S-Crafts animations takes normally way too long. At the same time, it's more like a double-edged sword. If you fail to cancel auto at the end of the animation, your character will normal attack and possibly ruin the whole fight because you don't really be wanting to waste turns like that. But yeah, for now, story-wise, I guess we're trying to gather up allies now to save one person that usually would be as the main protagonist, but right now we don't have him. So just like in Cold Steel 2, you're trying to get your team back with Ring Cold Steel, but here we're trying to save Ring Cold Steel himself, and we're gonna be spending that the whole Act 1. And that's Prologue. Once again, a whole dungeon dedicated to tutorials. So in this dungeon, it's pretty much pointless to grind levels. Like, you start at very low level, but after this dungeon, you get auto level to like level 45 or. Like, I have no idea why we even start at like level 28 right now, but that's just story reasons, I guess. So in the previous fight, I did Yuna's switch mode, even though it was not required. It's technically required here, but for some reason, if you do it there, you can skip the tutorial. Like, it still will pop up, but you won't need to do the switching anymore. And I guess I should probably explain as well the S-Crafts. The S-Crafts are basically really powerful moves each character has. Most of the time they are offensive, but some characters have like healing S-Crafts, like defensive buffs, stuff like that. We don't really use those. It's all about damage to go fast. And to use S-Crafts we need CP. We can gain CP by doing normal attacks, or getting hit, or just basically resting in the inns, taking showers, or eating food, like a lot of amounts that is quite unhealthy. We'll be doing all of those features in the run. So this fight, when I was learning, I did not know you can actually forcibly lose to proceed with the story, and it definitely is way faster than winning the fight. But yeah, it's pretty weird to have a fight like that this early in the run. And we just continue. So before we head out, more tutorials. Even though this is the 4th game in the series, you would expect people by now would know how to play this game. But no, we still need tutorials. Whoops, I forgot to talk to her twice. We need one item that she gives. So that NPC gives me a Spirit Incense, which is a pretty powerful item, but we don't really like one needed to use that, so we just end up selling it for 10,000 mira, and that's a lot of money this early in the game. So here, this is the only like thing I gotta do that on PC. I gotta teleport to the labyrinth and go back, teleport back. Technically, the game should remember your position there, but for some reason, if you don't do this on PC, in Act 2, when you have to go back there, the location will be gone, so you'll have to walk there manually. That does not happen in the console versions, though. So some unskippable cutscenes will just usually speed them up with the auto function. The auto function can speed up some other screens too, which I wasn't aware of, like the loading ones. So here, grab Sailing Leaf Force, HP. So in this game, for some reason, you can equip in the sub slot as the same Master Quartz as much as you want. Not sure how most people feel about it. That's really broken, but at the same time, I can understand why they did that. Like if you played Cold Steel 3, you could not do that, but you had so many characters that managing Master Quartz was quite annoying for the sub slot. So I feel like that's probably why they did that. On the way, we'll be also grabbing U material chest. U materials are really necessary for the run to craft some items that I'll explain later once we get to the part. At the same time, we'll also be grabbing some Sepith, mostly to craft some quartzes that I did that on the last Orbital station. Quartzes are basically upgrades for our characters. Like each character can have I think 7 or 8 quartzes, and upgrades can give you stats or like arts and other bonuses. So here I'm gonna sell my Spirit Incense and buy some items, like weapons, I mean. We prioritize characters that get the most of the weapons, and that use the strength stat. So for example, we have the party member right now I'm running as, Altina, but here Ascrap does magical damage. That means it uses the ATS stat. Physical damage uses the strength stat. Weapons don't really give ATS boost. Like if they do, it's not really major. So that's why we don't buy a weapon for her. Horses? Not yet. We cannot ride anything. Reasons? Just because plot. Oh yeah. Next fight. Big Magic Knight. So here we're just gonna do then miss. I'll do normal attack with Latina, and I hope that's gonna be enough. Okay. Don't build XP multipliers in the first phase. They are removed in the second phase. That was the mistake I learned when I was playing casually. Casually, I really like stacking up XP multipliers in this game. And yeah, I didn't get any XP at the end of that fight because they get removed in the second phase. And XP multipliers basically are like actions like you do in the battle. Like for example, you use an item 3 times, you get a 0.1 XP multiplier. Stacks up to 9 times if you wish to. So like overkilling an enemy, getting multiple kills, removing debuffs, breaking enemies, doing link attacks, and such. There are a lot of ways to gain additional XP. Try to benefit from those in the run as well. Since the fights are so short, so we try to get like the easiest ones that are achievable. But it's not like we mostly focus on the XP multipliers. If we can get them, we just do that. Otherwise, it's not really worth to waste that much time to, like, let's say, max out the XP of a single fight. Well, since the game is going this fast, I'll definitely miss out some things to explain. Like right now, explaining about orders seems a bit late, but might as well do it. So yeah, orders, you've seen that in the prologue already. We have this these points BP at the top right of the screen, the battles, and we use those to activate powerful buffs in the battle. Each character has their own like order, and I'll refer orders as like buffs. And some of them are really strong, some of them are not really that good. Like when it comes to the speedrun, like the damage reduction ones, we don't really care about those. Casually, they're really good. Some of them are a bit questionably broken. Like let's say 90% damage reduction seems a bit too strong, if not way too strong. So we finally get access to horses, and this will be one of the few times where we use horses. Yeah, horses are a bit glitched out in this game when it comes to using it with turbo. 6 times turbo, I think it makes the horse spin around while running. It's really funny. But yeah, no clue why it is like that, because the previous games never had any issues with turbo horses. Mostly right now we're revisiting the areas, places that we have already visited in Call Steel 3. And we get spooked by a fight. Oh yeah, that was the thing. Since I don't own any consoles, I wasn't aware of that. But yeah, PS4 definitely had the issue where Master Course buffs were not working properly. But apparently they did fix that, which is really good. Still, that is still an issue in Call Steel 3 games. Where, let's say, a Master Course says you start the battle with the strength off, like any kind of buffs. But like those buffs are on screen, you see them, but they are not working. You're not getting those bonuses. And here's Gilbert. You might know him if you've played the Sky games. Alright, so this fight is a bit tricky. Like, we want to this boss to not heal at all. Will Randy live through that? My man lives, but with not a lot of HP. Also, this turn order is really questionable. But if Randy dies here, it's fine, since his speed doesn't matter. 221 HP, Randy's good. And here we'll just skip turns while trying to survive. So we have a 35 turn limit before the fight ends. You see the counter right there where the everyone's else turns are shown on the screen. Really wish this feature was in the previous games as well, since there were fights where you did not know there was a turn condition to fulfill until you failed it. Alright, I see him. One thing to note that if you use an art in this game, it still counts as one turn, even though the initial turn and the cast turn do take up 10 turns. And these are Divine Knight battles. More tutorials, of course. So each stance has a different part, and some of the parts will have like 4-star ratings, which means I can get a guaranteed follow-up attack. But like stance like this has a 75% chance because it's a 3-star. And that should be it. So Divine Knight battles, for the most part, aren't too difficult. It mostly depends, like sometimes the boss can interrupt you, like let's say they seal you. Seal means you cannot use any crafts or normal attacks, so you gotta mostly skip your turn for that or just use an item. Factory. So this is where we're gonna use our E-materials I was talking earlier before. We're gonna craft Bravestones. So Bravestones for the mech fight battles only, or I'm sorry, Divine Knight battles. I usually say mech fight, but you get the idea. So Bravestones give 3 BP in the battle, and you need 5 BP to like to be able to use your, like, let's say finishing or ultimate attack that deals a lot of damage. Normally you get BP in the Divine Knight battles by successfully landing a follow-up attack, but since it takes like let's say 5 turns to do that, you can just spend 2 turns using 2 items and you have 6 BP and you're good to go on your 3rd turn. So it saves a lot of time. So this is Act 1 Part 2. Going to a new location. So story-wise, we're basically looking for these points on the map where once we find them, we can track down where Green Cold Steel is. Well, the older class 7 is doing the same thing. Well, we're doing our part. We need, I don't know, we need to find like 7 or 8 points. I don't recall anymore, but something around like that. Enemies on the field for the most part quite easy to dodge since they're not that fast, but sometimes if you get too close they can do a quick turn and uh-oh. Just hope it's not an ambush. Sideways ambushes is a thing too. It's a well-known meme in the speedrun community that you just get ambushed even though you're like the enemy did run you in your back and stuff like that. Stuff like in Zero games, you can get ambushed from the front, which is so rare, but it is a thing. So, once again, on our shop menu, we sell our spirit thing, buy the master quartzes and some weapons. Double a fort. So we get access to Tauros. the most broken master course in the game this early on. Or the fourth. For the most part, everyone gets Taurus on the second slot because it's that good. The only bad thing about Taurus is like you get longer delay, but that does not matter when Ascrafts already have a long delay and you're gonna finish the fight with just Ascrafting. But yeah, Taurus increases normal attack and craft damage, and Ascrafts do count as crafts. So yeah, right now it increases the damage by like 40 or 50%, but once we go through the game, we'll keep leveling up the master course, and that will go up to 100%, which is really strong. Like ways to increase your like damage quickly are basically in battle buffs, orders, master quartzes, like those three main things. Yeah, stats too, like when purchasing weapons. But yeah, for the most part, we benefited a lot of from Taurus, orders and buffs too. Later on, we'll get a really good order that will increase the damage and also buff the whole team. So we'll be needing to do like spending additional turns to like Lafort, and Lafort is basically AoE strength buff, a medium buff. So yeah, buffs have different levels. So there's like small buff, strength, medium, and large. So that basically means small is 15%, medium 30%, large 45%. But let's say you have a small buff right now on your character and you use a medium buff, that buff will get upgraded to a large buff. So we do benefit from that. So most of the time we want at least a small buff, since the order will get access to will give a medium buff which upgrades to a large buff. So for example, another thing is let's say you have one turn left on your small buff and you use medium buff, once again upgrades to large buff, and the remaining turns gets up to 4 turns. Like the buff will be refreshed, the duration that is. Yeah, the series are definitely worth getting into. Like the main thing about the series is that every NPC in every game has their lines. Like if it feels like an actual person. Like every time you progress the story a little, you go back, check what everyone is doing, and they'll have different dialogue already. And like exploring the world is one of the best parts of the game if you actually care about the world and the story. But yeah, Call of Duty 4 is definitely, it took me one of the longer ones to finish playing casually, since I did actually go all in talking to every NPC in the game. Did not get the door. So I'll try to walk backwards, just because turning around the camera can be a bit messy. The nice thing is like there's the minimap and I can look where I'm actually at. Yeah, if you've not played any of the games, getting the series can be a bit overwhelming because there are a lot of games out. Like the Sky games, it's free games. Then there are Crossbell games too, and then we have Cold Steel games that are 4. So it definitely takes a lot of time to catch up now, and there are more coming out. Alright, next fight. This one also has turn order, turn count. But we have to win this fight. You say... So, there are two things that can go wrong with this fight. And that is, Shirley, the red-haired female, dashes behind our team and we cannot reach her with their S-crafts. Sorry, Kurt. Our boy fell down. And the other one is she can death blow a character, which is an insta-kill like I mentioned. And here's our next one battle. This time we have 3 party members. Oops. Okay, that's fine. We'll do that with with Ash instead. I misclicked there. So that's basically what happens if you miss an attack. The enemy will dodge and counter you. Okay. Took a bit longer than expected, but we're good. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to explain break bars. So the break bars are like below the HP bar in the battle, and if you break the enemy, all your hits will be critical hits, which means you can always unbalance. But there is a problem with this game, and that is certain boss battles, once they reach 50% HP, they will reset the break bar, recover, remove all the debuffs, and yeah, it's quite the hard counter for the speedrun. Like, we can't really benefit from the break bar too much. That's why you won't be really seeing us using break orders. Alright, so I'm menuing here. Bobcat, another Sky reference, I guess. Like, a lot of characters from previous games do show up in this one. Alright, so this is the order I was talking about. 20% damage increase with buffs on everybody. Now let's hope this is enough damage. If it's not, we might have to reset the fight. Never mind. Alright, I guess I'll mention this, that damage rolls, I think, apparently, if I remember correctly, it varies from like 6.6%. But basically, the higher your damage numbers are, the more likely, not more likely, but yeah, the differences become bigger as your damage is higher. So sometimes you'll do enough damage, and sometimes you'll be lacking a little. And that sometimes can be really annoying. But yeah, we do try to root around dealing like extra damage just for the safety. Alright, we're back to Crossbell. So here, I'll try to catch up with the mailman, even though it doesn't matter, but it's a little race between us. He always wins though. Since he's zooming as well, just like us. But yeah, right now we're just exploring the city, gathering up information. Where could possibly be the last checkpoint we're looking for. And also like any other information that might be useful to us. So in this game we finally get access to the entertainment district. Even though Crossbell has many more districts in the original games, but this is the only one they added in this game. Still kinda disappointing, not gonna lie. I really wanted to explore the whole city in the Cold Steel games. That was a mistake. Whoops, don't mind me. I was supposed to enter the building. Now, since we're done exploring, we can finally go visit Yuna's parents or family. That door sometimes has an invincible wall. That's an issue with Turbo. Sometimes you get stuck at things you're not supposed to get stuck. Yes, Laura surprisingly does get used in this speedrun. Really nice for the Laura fans. Alright, so Geofront, new area, once again, new soundtrack. Geofront is basically the underground of Crossbell City, and we get to deal with the winds here. So, one thing I've noticed in this game, if you switch characters while crawling, it will reset your movement speed. This was not the case in the older games. Basically, if I were to switch a character right now, I will stop for like half a second and start moving again. Not really optimal, even though it's a really minor time loss. Usually we would use the ones to switch characters if we needed to, but for this area we don't really care as who we're running. But later on we will switch to another character, just because like we would technically run as Laura, but there's something weird about her field attacks hitbox. Also, we skip the line here. If your movement is really good, you skip the line that talks about some stuff when climbing up the ladders. And here's the Clown Fiesta. 3 clowns. No need to buff or anything, just go all in. More tutorials. So the fun fact is, let's say you never evaded an attack for the whole game, and then you get to the final dungeon and evade an attack. Boom, you get a tutorial for it. Like I mentioned, every time a new thing happens that didn't happen yet, or you open the menu that you still haven't opened, you'll get a tutorial for it. It is definitely annoying. Like, they went really hardcore with the tutorials with this one. And sadly, there is no feature to turn them off. But yeah, this is another area that we couldn't explore in Cold Steel 3, and we get to explore in Cold Steel 4.
この辺りは新郎と聖女ウルスラの昔話もあるわね。局のデータベースで見たことがあるような。
Another new material chest. And we go to the hospital. So they kinda... I think they removed the third floor from this area. Might be just me, but I'm pretty sure I remember third floor in this one. In this building. And that's basically our visit. They removed some hallways, yeah. It definitely felt awkward when I was exploring for the first time. Alright. Off to Mishiland. Alright, one last in rest. Well, technically this is a hotel rest, so... Oh yeah, they did change the in rest in this game. In rest now give 200 CP as well. They used to give 100 CP in the previous games. So basically an in rest is like 100 CP, the weaker one. In the hotel would give you 200, but in this one, they give 200 each. It's only the shower and the beds that give you 100 each. The difference between them is in rest, hotel rests, you cannot speed up, but you can speed up the shower and bed rests. And these two areas here, you cannot turn your camera. Not really a problem for control players, but for keyboard players, it's a bit awkward. So, mirrors, right? This is how they work. And I'm gone. So apparently, the mirrors use your camera, and if you don't see your character on your screen, there will be nothing in the mirrors. Dark magic. I think the same issue was in Cold Steel 3 too, since Rin had a mirror in his room, and if you went out of your way to disappear, you couldn't see yourself in the mirror. This is probably the most confusing area when you're trying to learn the run, like the directions. But surprisingly, I have memorized this area quite well by now. And this will be the last fights for this part. Ouch. Okay, that feint is really low chance to even get it. Lots of level ups since some of our characters are really underleveled and they're trying to catch up with the levels right now. Okay, this is weird. Why is Kurt slow? Okay, this is definitely not what's supposed to happen right now. But first time things for marathons, right? So Kurt was supposed to go before Muse went for her second turn. But he was way slower than usual. So this is El Padro, another Divine Knight. There are a lot of Divine Knights in this game. Divine Knights are basically these really powerful mechs compared to the normal ones. Okay, good damage rolls. Didn't need to use an art with my support character. Alright, last few things before we go and rescue the person we've been trying to get to. Why it went hurt? No idea. Could have just walked out, but the general good star. Yes, marathon luck. Only happens during marathons. So, wait, what? Feint. That was a heal though. I get to play as Demon Ring Cold Steel and Celine in her humanoid form. I know I was joking before about Celine getting a human form, but it happened. So Celine technically is a cat. And now we're gonna do a lot of menuing. That's fine. Horus, okay. Mobius. Yeah, none. Looks good. Horus, whip. Alright, should be it. At least for this part. So this part of the game, you have 3 different teams, and you'll be fighting quite a lot of battles. Like this segment, you can call it basically the boss rushing segment. So some of the master quartz you'll see we were on equipping. We don't really need the stats from them that much, so we try to avoid leveling the unnecessary master quartz, since they do take up some time to skip up their level ups. On the way, we'll be grabbing some quartzes chests that will be really useful for us. Alright. Not sure why I started with Sarah. Oh, whatever. You wanna get the last hit with Sarah because she gets some CP because of her master quartz. If she gets the final hits. But yeah, our resources are quite limited and Laura is really slow. So we try to not use the orders so we don't have to. Unequip, physical. So Ringin basically lost his mind and yeah, he's basically like a walking zombie right now. But Ring is so powerful that he just can slash the barriers without any problem. Okay. Alright, nice. So that was the first part. Now on to the second one. Alright, I'm just... Okay, that enemy still has aggro for some reason. Usually when you open chests or like interact with objects, enemies should lose like aggro for like at least a half a second. But sometimes that does not happen. Alright, time to craft some stuff. Pikachu, on the first. And we exchange some Sepif for some money. Don't want to equip anything since we don't have to. Sell the dragon one. And we buy a bunch of weapons now for everybody. And we buy cooking materials. Yep, we're definitely gonna be cooking. And finally we get some Divine Knight upgrades. We hope we get 88. Okay, that should be fine. So this is where we feed our party members on a healthy amount of food. We have to feed 3 parties. Some of the characters will get up to 200 CP because their damage is just higher and required. Like for example, I won't be using Moose as craft in the next fight, but I need to save her for the other fight that's coming up afterwards. But yeah, really wish we had this recipe, starting recipe in the other games. 20 CP, really cheap resources to cook that. It's basically everything you want to. And yeah, the only time we'll be using it. Because we'll get a better CP income than that. But right now, that's the only one we have access to right here. Alright, few more chests we grab. Got the jackpot from Crow. Equipping time. That and feeding time. Everyone here does need 200 though, and Crow is 1 CP off. Actually no, it was low. Okay, we have 3 leftovers, that's good. And here comes the boss rush. We'll have to... Okay. Critical of 4. Sadly, that does nothing. We need to get Guy's turn, and it's taking quite a while. Because he does have CP recovery. Alright, good damage rolls. This is a really questionable turn order. We need to, yeah, McBurn to act here. So we can use our ass crafts. Okay, so here we want to break McBurn. Alright. And we'll do link attacks. Rin won't have enough CP yet. That's annoying. So I'm not sure if this will be enough. Okay, thank God it was enough. Alright, so we're not done. There are still more fights coming up. Now we get to battle the ring called Steel. Okay, you need more saving. Pretty good. Got double crit. Think I wanna heal with Ash here. And let's hope this does finish him off. Okay, good. This is the only time you'll hear the soundtrack in the game. Streamer, why are you going too fast? We can listen to the soundtrack. Sorry lads, that's what Turbo is all about. Okay, we did not get lucky with the damage rolls, so we'll have to finish off an additional Ascraft. Oh, it's in the opening. I never watch game openings because they always spoil stuff, so I never bother even checking them afterwards. Well, and that's that. We finally get to play as Ring Cold Steel, but this time he has white hair. Because plot reasons. So Rin is now trying to catch up with the stuff that has been going on. So we're gonna talk to everybody. Alright, just like in Call Steel 2, we'll be traveling around the continent with a ship. Although this time we have quite a smaller ship than we had in Call Steel 2. But that might change in the future or later in the run. So we finally have access to showers. Quick shower, and we're good to go. Always stay clean, boy, before going into the battles. Alright, now we gotta change the whole party. The uses and the beam. Alright, Namus and equip Emma. Balanced, AP, and Chrono Burst. If you think this is a lot of characters, you'll have to see what we'll have at the end of the run. So this is another tutorial about Rain's demon form. Since it's a tutorial file, I cannot use the auto feature to completely skip animations. So we'll have to deal with slow animation skipping. As you can see, it does take a while if you don't skip it with auto. At this point, I mean, spoilers, man. If you're watching this run, you either have played the game or you never played any games of this in the series.
これは
2ヶ月前とは明らかに様子が違うみたいだな。俺の番だな。行くぞ。
Alright, now we're gonna do some, I guess, infinitive turns. Since Chrono Burst is that broken. Chrono Burst basically gives us 2 turns when we use that.
私の番です。ありがとう。はい。礼は言おう。行きます。
This is basically what we usually do in the CS1, CS2 speedruns, a bit in CS3 too. Usually Alisa would be the one doing these, but since Emma got Alisa's craft, we're doing with her instead. Don't worry, this is only the first time I'll be using, and one more time before we get something even better. And this is one-on-one Divine Knight battle. Sadly, Blue Destination is not playing here. Yeah, I think this is a good time to heal. Tutorial screen for AP charging. Ah man, this one is a bit annoying. Okay, should be fine. Wait, that didn't remove it. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, this should break now. Gotta break him again. This will hurt, but we should be good here. This is one of the few fights where it goes every time differently. Alright, so we gotta grab some party members here. And quick menuing. I need Mobius on you, and Gangnir for this. So I equip some master courses in the sub slot, just so it can get more XP during the run. Like having a master course equipped on the main slot and the sub slot on someone else as well gives more XP with the master quartz. And we're good to go for the next fight. So this is an optional fight. Don't really need to do it, but it has really good drop that we want to get it. Once again, Chronoburst.
私は飲んではい行きます頼んで私の番私は飲んでません
Okay, looks like my party members got ahead, which is good. Since they did get ahead, they got 10 CP. Saves me a turn.
私は飲ん行きます行きます飲んで
We use Serene's order for the last remaining 8 CP. And we should be good here. Yep. Whoops, balanced. Need AP cut. This speed, and we're good. So we got a lost art. It's basically there are like I think 5 bosses where you can get these from by defeating, and they're really powerful arts. This probably being the most powerful one in the game because it restores 100 CP for everybody, and it gives large buffs on every possible buff. And lost arts can only be used once per battle, and they consume all your AP. They consume all your AP part can be bypassed by equipping some AP reduction cost quartzes. So you can, once you have enough, you can do something like Chronoburst, Lost Art, and boom. So right now, this is Act 2. We gotta do 1 quest per part to be able to proceed with the story. So we choose the fastest ones we can do before we can move on. And no, wait, the whale is right. I am going for the true ending or unknown path ending, since it just takes up like 1 or 2 more minutes to do the additional stuff. And you might wonder, how is it even just that little? Well, once I get there, I'll tell you guys. No spoilers anymore. Even though this kind of is a spoiler. Alright, Ordis, Muse hometown. Once again, we gotta go around asking people what's going on. But before that, I'll get into this area, just so I can teleport back. You cannot teleport to areas you haven't explored yet, and yeah, which is a good and a bad thing. So the good thing about Colosseum 4 and 3 is like you can teleport basically almost anywhere as long as you've been there. But yeah, you need to have at least been in that area at least once. Here I quickly buy some speed bodies, probably the best body piece in the game. But in Colosseum 1 and Colosseum 2, you can teleport right away, but your teleporting where you can is really limited though. Like for example, you cannot teleport out of dungeons, but in this game you can. Okay, we got the sewer area with the sewer theme that we've been hearing since Colosseum 1. This dungeon is quite short. Like we already have a battle right now. It's not the final battle of this dungeon, but I guess it's the first fight of this area. Alright, so I wanna have Rin in the second slot. Main reason is, like, let's say I put Crow in the second one, right? Crow has Link action where he can restore AP, has a chance to restore AP after the other party member uses an art. And that does waste some time. Also, don't worry about the fish floating, now they're actually floating in the water. I fixed what I was supposed to. Alright, and this is... we start to see some lost art action. So one thing about the lost art, I skipped the initial cast manually, and I auto skipped the second part. It does save me some time. It's minor, but it still helps. Almost used Bridge Zone, which I was not supposed to. Alright, let's see, 9% roll. So they changed up the formula here a bit. Most of the time, mech fights would be at the end of each part of the act, but this time we had one before the final fight. Going first, nice. Oh well, one character got... I did more damage too. So you kind of want to skip at the same time. Once you reach 50% HP on the human enemies, they'll have some dialogue. You can skip that, but you also want, if you have multiple ones, you want to skip that in one go. So I kind of skipped the dialogue, but at the same time, I didn't really get a double kill. Wrong part. I'm a bit too ahead. So quick detour, doing this side quest. Some brave stones, enough for this act. And we're back on track. I already did the shower, so I can commence right away. Party positions right now don't matter, because they will be readjusted anyway.
戦闘区は左手か。君たちは先日来てるんだな。
ええ、得意点を探しに。ふふん、教官よりもこ。
Well, I guess, story, right? Mostly really trying to fix things up right now. So, if you guys weren't aware, there's almost soon a war about to happen between Rabonia and other nations. So we're trying to gather some allies while trying to fix up some things too. Like ways to prevent the war. Alright, so here I can finally do my team. Since Fee or Sarah leaves the party, whichever one you pick here. Forgot to do that. Again, on equipping necessary master quarters so I don't get their level ups. The war is like in Coastal 2, exactly. I'm not kidding when I'm saying this game is just like Call of Steel 2. Same formula, similar events, and so on. Here I gotta wait a little for CP for Angelica. So Angelica right now has access to a Master Quartz called Emblem EX. It's called EX because she's more like a guest character, and those characters have like their Master Quartzes locked in, but their sub Master Quartz is not locked in, so you can change that. And that basically does, it has HP, AP, and CP recovery on the field while moving, which is really good. Later on we'll get one of that for ourselves as well. Also, the Master Quartz has a double drop rate if you get the last hit or you break the enemy with the character. So, okay, this is fine. I forgot the Chrono Burst. That's why you'll see me trying to last hit with Angelica as many enemies as possible, because these enemies can drop new materials. And new materials are really needed for me, because I need to get as many Brave Stones as possible. And here's another mech fight. Does take quite some time to get our turns here, but once we're good to go, we're just one shot them. We're almost there. Yep, that's the remaining door here. So for the next fight, we really want to go first. If we do not go first, we still can kinda, yeah, compensate. Because we need to get the last hits on these enemies. And let's say Craig goes first. The dude with the orange here, he will empower Toon 1. And when enemies are empowered, they take reduced damage, but at the same time they take more break damage. So, like I mentioned, Emblem, either you break the enemy. If you break the enemy, you get double drop. But let's say if you don't break, like you break the enemy with the wrong person. Wait, we'll reset. I need to select right party members here. If you break the enemy with the wrong person, and let's say you get the last hit with the Emblem person, you won't get double drop. So yeah. Another quest, but this time this might look somewhat familiar. Basically, it's Blue Blank's side quest, but the ending is a bit unexpected. So this is why we grabbed the teleport location now, since we have to return here. And there's one more thing I need to equip. Delaydo. So we get to fight these souls. Turns out this is actually not the work of Blue Blank. It's definitely a twist when you find out it was a different person. Okay, don't need to rest. There will be an inn on the way. So this is one of the more annoying parts where all the party members are already locked in. No selection at all. So I cannot bring someone like Laura that has the superior recovery lost art. This is the only part where I was considering making Rian as the lost art user, but you do get emblem in this part, so it kind of compensates. It's a bit annoying since you have to do a lot of switching around with the monster quartzes. So here we mostly rest, not really just for the CP, but for the BP. Like there are brave seeds and brave souls that basically restore BP for us, but we're kind of limited what we currently have. We'll definitely be using them later in the run. But right now we're on the way to Leaves, the town where the academy is, where we were in Cold Steel 3. Just like in Cold Steel 2, we're going back to Trista. Also, it's kind of unfortunate you could not visit Trista in this game.
Yes.
Which build do I have on my party? Not sure how to answer that. Everyone has Tauros basically, and random quarters that they have. Alright, so here, sneakily enough, Randy comes up and joins our party out of nowhere. So here I gotta equip some speed on Rian, Chrono Burst, and Love Fort, and we're good to go. So yeah, the master quartz that I got recently, Kaleido, that I equipped on Rian, it gives more Sapith, and it also gives more XP on the equipped person. And as you know, if you played the games, Rian's level is quite important, because for the Divine Knight bells, the higher your level are, the more stats your Divine Knight has. Of course, some party members do get auto-leveled up in this game for the Divine Knight bells. Like Crow can compensate some damage, but still, more HP, more attack is still welcome. And it does help with the consistency. So here we go out of the way to grab the emblem chest. Not optimal, but we need this since we're limited on our CP recovery. So normally they could just give us the people we're looking here to rescue, but instead the academy decided, you know, we'll give you a challenge. Overcome these challenges, and then we might consider you giving giving them to you. That's why we're running around this academy fighting these random battles. To any cart. Okay, that was really lucky. 90% failed me. Got lucky, alright. Alright, this works out. So we used the craft that has 90% chance to balance, because every R stance is that right in that battle is just 75% to balance. So you might as well go for the 90%, you know. Alright, Sophia, and yeah, emblem. So one neat thing about Kaleido with the additional XP, I mean not XP, but well, XP is nice. With additional Sapip is it scales. So basically, the more Sapip the enemy drops normally, the more Sapip you'll get from Kaleido procs. And Rain's Ascrap definitely procs a lot of the Sapip, since it has a lot of multi-hit. Alright, 90%, here we go again. Wait, just go. That was the wrong stance. Okay, Yuna, goodbye. Selected the wrong part on the Hector. Bell quartz stacking, not in any percent. Maybe it's a thing in the no ass crap route, if there's gonna be one. And then you gotta consider, do you wanna do no ass crafts because Gilbert is the thing? But yeah. With Poros, and we're good with the menus for the rest of this part of the act. So we got a quite lengthy dungeon with a lot of baby traps. So I like to call this dungeon basically run around and the NPCs will talk over you all the time. Since you're going this fast, NPCs barely can keep up with you. The dialogue. Yeah, the main reason why I switched to Altina is mostly because of those gates there. You need a specific weapon type. There are like 4 different like weapon type damages, I should say, I guess. And Altina has one of them that will always break them. Like for example, Ring cannot slash that gate. Okay. I failed to get the initial hit there, but yeah, you wanna do an assault attack on them so you can escape right away. It's impossible to avoid those 2 enemies. They will always aggro and follow you. Here's our Stratos from Coastal 3. No one likes that guy. And we don't have to fight him. Stratos in the Coastal 3 was pain. Alright, well, we gotta turn on the lights. Nothing too difficult. Altina is really amazed by this mechanism. I'm pretty sure you could turn off the lights before, like, this is not a new invention. Light switches? Yeah, that's pretty amazing, isn't it? Alright, that's the last one. Alright, here I'll do safety save because I need to get the last hit here on the boss. Alright, first of all, Tita, then Order, some Sepev, and Altina gets to finish off the boss. Orbital light switches, yeah. Just like the orbital bike. Don't say a bike, it's an orbital bike. Alright, yeah, does not matter what I grab here. I take a shower. I get back to what I was doing. Now we gotta manually check the requests before proceeding. And we can proceed right away. Don't have to do any quests. Now, this is the big part of the game where you can talk to all the characters that you wanted to talk. So we got characters from Sky Games, from Crossbill Games, on the ship currently. So technically teleporting to the middle would be faster, but the loading time for that is actually longer than just normally walking. This is something like if you had the load remover, it would save you time. Come on, lads. We need to talk. So almost done with this part. And I missed somebody. I know who I missed. I know who I missed. Right, this room. Alright, so here we basically select party members that we can equip the sub-master quartz, because all the new guest characters currently have both of their master slots already locked in, and we cannot switch them. I missed Toa, who could I? Yeah, how could I, huh? Chad is really disappointed right now. Not the greatest turn order. Like, really not the greatest turn order. Oh dear. Alright, backup time. Do you have enough to chrono burst again? Okay, you do. I'm just gonna hope this will be enough damage. If it's not, we might be in trouble. Marathon luck, you could say? That's a lot of healing, dude. Okay, Randy got an S crowd. Alright. Yeah, never seen a death blow in this fight, but it's a thing apparently. That took like a minute longer than it was supposed to. We have a bunch of zero powers, so I definitely can spear summon the run. And that was like one good spot. Alright, so do safety again. If you don't go first in this fight, things could go really wrong. Uh-oh. Alright, we're still good. We're still good. You don't want anyone here to die before doing the Astrats. Wait. How are you? 700 damage rolls? Why? I jinxed on myself. Wow. Hey man. I did let you guys know it is a thing. Now everyone gets an emblem. Now we gotta wait for 200 CPU. Well, for Hertz, I guess it's fine. I think Laura was like 5 CPU off there. Alright. Chorus back on everybody. Okay, she's at 200. She's fine. So here we got another boss rush.
結構きついやんけ。さすが甘くはねえか。
We got 4 battles with 4 different teams. Okay, Ellie is going fast, and I like that. That crit is really convenient. This is actually one of the worst fights in the run, but funnily enough, this went really good. Just because Ellie was fast with her first turn. Since we do need to get the 8 TS buff on everybody. I don't like that cast. I really do not. That's why we equipped the Nightmare Resist on Laura. That's not good though. Wait, let's see. Do I have backups? Oh boy. Here we go. Marathon luck. I'll have enough for another one, okay? I'll need AP charge. It's all good. The run is alive. That's all that matters. Alright, here we gotta waste that order out. So, just like with the Chrono Burst. Alright, Reen. High roll, come on, let's go. Yep, we got him. And that's Act 2. No Divine Eye Battle, even though you would expect one with how heated the situation looks like outside. And now we got our big ship, Courageous number 2. And we gotta explore. Every floor. Okay, last floor. The longest one, actually. No cheer memes in this room. And this is the last one. We're good to go. So Act 3, we gotta do these shrines now to learn the truth. That would be the short version for the story. Crow. Alright, quartzes. I need attack 3, chrono burst, and action 2. Still need to open the slot for Laura. Wanna put that. Toledo, Taurus, Now we're gonna do a weird thing. We're gonna equip action freeze from our party members. Normally you wouldn't see that kind of thing here. Physical, Dragon Vision, Speed. Alright, looks good. Get some weapons. Some confusion resistance. For the first time we buy some resistances in the run. And we craft some Bravestones. Alright, now you'll see something that has been discovered in the run like a few weeks ago. So your party member order matters a lot actually. So right now I have Fee in the first slot with 160 speed, and everyone else is like at 130 around there. Meaning Fee will always go first from the party. Everyone will go behind Fee. And that actually matters because we want to stealthy. Stealth basically means guaranteed critical hits. And that is really strong. Especially when I combo that with another Master Quartz later in the run. Right now I have Khalid on her because I need some money. Like I was saying, this fight normally gives, let's say, 150 set pip each. But now I had Kaleido on Green and Fee, and I landed 4 Ascrafts with that. That fight gave me around 700 each of the set pip, which is a lot of money. Normally you already get a lot of money in the run, but here I kinda need that extra just so I can purchase some accessories and not bother with that for the remaining of the run anymore. We definitely wanna grab this chest. Alright, back Kaleido and Tauros on these two. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to mention one thing about Gaius Ascraft. So Gaius Ascraft has delay, but it has an absolute delay, meaning it will always delay, no matter how much resistance the enemy has. That's why it is one of the most strongest Ascrafts in the game. Since it also has really high give me a moment here. I need to do this menu. Emblem. We need the Sapphire. Not emblem. Mobius. What was I thinking there? Revolution and these. Alright. Yeah, there are ratings for Ascrafts. So Gaius has 4S on his Ascraft. The higher rating means the more damage. To give you an example, let's say you have a 3S rating on your S-Craft, and you have in the 4S. The 4S will do 15,000 more damage, more than the 3S rating S-Craft. Alright, so this is where we equip Gungnir on P. Double checking, yeah, looks good, but just in case, I'll be safe if I do mess up this. So we bought the confusion resistance just for this fight. Since the enemies actually now have a bit more HP than usual, we need to actually start using Zerum Capsule's powers to do enough damage. And since I have equipped Mobius on Laura, Mobius basically at level 5 or 6 gives you a feature basically that all the items you use basically have an AoE range now. Okay, so shopping time. It's not a long shop, we just grab a few accessories, really expensive ones. Exchange this one more time, sell these, and I'm gonna buy 4 of those. Passionate Rogues, really good accessory, gives 200 strength each. And we're gonna buy some CP recovery for fee. I did not see that snack. Zooming too fast. Well, at least you guys get to see Toa riding on the Ring's back. Okay. So right now, every time we have to go to the next shrine, we have a dungeon before, just like this one. Alright, so there's one thing I gotta do here, and that's to put Chrono Burst on her, and feed Fee a little, and that's about it. We'll be set for a few fights now, until we got a menu again. So we got a short fight here coming up. I got more BP than normal, which is nice, I guess, and weird at the same time. I do prefer not getting additional VPs, since it does kind of confuse me sometimes if I'm supposed to have that amount of not. Alright, White, thanks for tuning in. But yeah, this ship has a lot of vents to go through. Oh look, there's another one right here. And now we're Zerum Powder. So yeah, surprisingly this game is really kind when it comes to giving out Zerum capsules and powers compared to the other games. Like CS2 and CS3 really didn't like giving you free stuff. Oh, I kind of forgot to equip one thing. Well, shouldn't be too bad. We'll just have to use additional S-crafts. Yeah, we had to use one more S-craft. I was supposed to equip Passion Robes on being Gaius, but it's definitely not the worst thing. So we're kind of going back to the old formula where there's a mech fight at the end of the dungeon now. Let's hope Muse lives. If she doesn't, well, could be problematic then. I need to buff here. Need to repairing. Okay, we're good. Ooh, no. No. Don't need you. So we're kind of gonna take Reen out for this dungeon since he's not really that good. Still under leveled, and his ASCAR rating is pretty low compared to Angelica's. Alright, so let me equip this before I forget it again. Because the next fight is definitely need the damage. So the only reason I give Fee a little bit of CP is because I need to use the Stealth Craft, and Stealth Craft does cost 40 CP. Oh yeah, I totally forgot Gungnir. I equipped it and never explained what it does. So Gungnir basically does increases the critical damage. Of course it gives more crit rate, but why do we care when we have 100% crit rate with the stealth mechanic? So we get it for like 2 turns, but 2 turns is all we need really. So we're so powerful that we can do this fight with just 3 S-crafts. Just like that. Now if he just only needs emblem, and yeah. Laura does have a quartz that does restore slowly EP on the field, so we just hope we get enough of that while we're running here. Alright, so one neat thing is, if he has emblem equipped in the sub slot, I just need to scroll up once and it auto puts me on Gungnir. Up. First. So here I'm gonna use a Brave Soul like I'm supposed to. Yeah, Real Life does not have turbo features. Can't really zoom like that.
心してかかるぞ。やばいのがいるな。気をつけろ。
Alright, looks like Laura won't make it with the E, which is fine. We're gonna rest at the orbital station. It only takes 1.5 seconds to do the rest. And we hope... Alright, we did get the first turn, which is really good. Alright. So yeah, if we go first, we save one rotation of S-Crafts. Because if Rutger goes first, he does empower and he takes reduced damage because of the empower. Not getting that unbalance actually does not matter too much. Okay. This should break. Yep, it did. And now we just finish him off normally. Alright, if we see the flashing fight there, that means we got the last hit and we don't really want to do the follow-up animation. How long is this without turbo? No one has done a PC run of no turbo, but let's say below 6 hours, I guess. Right, I need to check the requests here. There are console runs that were done on no turbo. Oh yeah, no turbo is like, don't recall, 5 hours I think maybe. You can always check the leaderboards if you want to know that on speedrun.com. Wait, no. Alright. Beat P again. So this dungeon has my favorite soundtrack of this game. It's literally catchem. So yeah, you might recognize this area because we were here before, but that was in Prologue with different people. Now we gotta go here again, except the area is a bit different. Like the layout is still the same, it's just we gotta unlock some gates and stuff. And we gotta go up and up. Always turn right. Except some of these will require left turn. But for most of the part we'll be turning right. So we skip the terminal there because we'll get back there anyway. We have to jump down and we'll activate it by then. one thing to note is if you do, let's say, leave the dungeon, all the puzzles, like switches will reset. You would need to redo everything over again. Hey, Mega Slayer. Alright, time to purchase some weapons, but before that we gotta get some money. This. Alright, I don't want to mess up this fight, so I'll save. Alright, delay with Gaius. So, if you don't delay McBurn's first turn, you are very likely to die because he always uses the same move at the start of the fight, which puts everyone in the party at 200 HP with a really strong burn. So you are in basically really tight spot. You could remove the debuff, but everyone is still at 200 HP, and I think Victor goes right away afterwards. Alright, this is the only time where I'll be putting Laura in the first spot. And we're back to this area again. Wait, wrong person? Okay. Different side of the area, a bit different layout, you could say. But yeah, like I mentioned, it's definitely easy to get lost here if you're really not familiar with this area. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to mention. So let's see if I can even can showcase this. So Laura cannot really hit it, except the second hit lands. That's why we use P on the field. Weird hitboxes. Alright, this fight. This is a weird fight. Oh no, you don't. I'll delay that. Use Brave Seed. Wait, what? Marathon lock is weird. It really is weird. Well, I gotta do normal attack with P. Well, anyway, we're still good. Even if we did fail to get the duplicate here, it does not matter. It definitely is one of the better duplicates when you think about it, but we don't really need speed. Right now, what we have, our setup is already good enough. Oh, that's why. I did not put Gagnir on feedback. That explains. Surprisingly, there was not a lot of damage missing. Alright, switch these back again. So yeah, the chain battle turn order is still something I can't figure out how it actually works. Like, damn it. we're pretty good at dodging attacks for some reason. Yeah, the chain battle doesn't really seem to use the starting turn order. That's why I kind of do put Laura first, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Also, palms are a thing in this game. Except they only give Sept mass. Alright, we'll have to rest, since we're a bit damaged. Alright. We want the boss to get a turn here, because she's really fast. And now we can do the thing. Yeah, the duplicate here does not matter. Alright, back. Emblem. Laura, I trust you'll get enough AP here. You don't need to Chrono Burst. Unfortunate, but yeah, whatever. Will this be enough? It was. Alright, nice. Again, that duplicate here does not matter, but if you get it, it's alright. It's just more money, really. Alright, and now we're Divine Night Battle. Whoops. Okay, that. We'll see if this will hurt us in the long run. She's doing the meme. 50%. Got it. I'm gonna go for the 90 here. There are two cycles she goes for, and she went for the worst one. Yeah, arms here. All right. This should be enough. And that's Act 3. We get a C, unfortunately. Our B streak is over. Honestly, it's even surprising that you can get some B's in the speedrun. It's usually C's in every other game. So, shopping time. Sell this. Buy a gift for Aurelia. Aurelia's gift is probably the best one in the game. You get a 400 string accessory. Like literally twice as powerful as Fashion Rogue when it comes to string stat. So we gotta use up these tickets before we can proceed with the story. And it is time to fight Demon Ring Cold Steel. So this fight is basically you need to use all Green's crafts to win the fight. And that includes his ass craft. Gotta manually select the ass craft. Can I use the shortcut? And Rin gets there his title, Divine Blade of Cold Steel. The Cold Steel part is not true, but that's what I like to call him. Okay, I did that. Good. And yeah, we just spend the evening with ourselves. All the accessories you get from the bonds there is really not that great, especially since it's only for Ring 2. Galdium, Passion Rogue, Feed Fee. Oh boy, hitboxes, come on. I want to talk to Oliver. And here are more party members. We got 5 teams. So we gotta explore the soul mines. I'm sorry, it's actually soul files. I'm used to calling them soul mines. You'll understand these if you played Skyford. Yeah. Now all the characters are here to help us. Basically, at the end of the dungeon there is one boss fight each, but the catch is we cannot fight them just yet. We gotta finish the dungeons with everyone else, and then we're gonna get a long boss rush. We finally get a boss rush. We already got some of them earlier in the run. But yeah, another boss rush. It seems like they really like those in this game. So you've noticed, first team was the Sky team, second team is the Crossbow team. This team is a bit overkill. You got almost, if not the strongest people available in this party, and then there's, you know, forgot the name somehow. Monster team, pretty much. This is definitely like the boss fight with that team is just a joke compared to the rest of the ones here. There we go, Towel, right. Oh man, I was thinking the name of it, but yeah. You have literally 3 strongest people there, and then there's Towel. He's not weak, but he's not that strong either, like he's not broken. Yeah, personally I do agree that crossbow games are probably the best ones in the series. Alright, this is the last one. This team though, this is the weakest team. We only got arts with this team, and the scraps don't do much damage either. So yeah, we're about to start. So Brave Soul. Oh, Estelle, you're such a piece. Oh, wait, turn order. Okay, this is weird. But we're supposed to get more turns there, but it's fine. Damage rolls were good. Alright, Brave Seed here. Mirror. Alright, now we got a buff. We gotta do some damage before we can go all in. And order. Ellie with the last shot. Here we literally just have to cast arts until it's off HP, and then we're gonna ask craft. George doesn't have any ask craft, so he's gonna use Brave Seeds. Sharon is gonna buff everybody. She's buff herself. Alright, after this we can go in now. Oh. Good damage rolls, it seems like. I was about to use the Zeron Power on Rosalia. The one time where we actually do use the break damage short there. And now, the stack team. Yeah, this starter is really strong, literally double damage starter. And just like that, we're done with it. Alright, so this is how we're gonna get a true ending. By doing this. This only appears if you have completed the game at least once. Well.
行くぞ。はっ。ありがとうさん。よし。すまん、任せたぜ。
任された。任せるがよい。
Right, Zarm capsule.
行くぞ。
We're missing damage, seems like.
私の番だね。
Think I probably forgot something on somebody. But that's fine. To teleport. Alright, last shop. Technically, yeah, last shop it is. We buy a bunch of weapons now for a bunch of people. And yes, we'll be using all of them. Laura was up. Bought that already. Alright, let's just hope we got enough. 16. Well, that's more bearable. Still, we're 2 Bravestones slower than usual. Had gone near. Interesting. I guess I just got unlucky with the damage rolls. So yeah, the next fights require some party members to be in the party, just to be able to do the fight. So you'll see me switching around to party members that I normally don't even use or haven't used in the for the half of the run. Wait, you need Gungnir. Oh, just to double check. Passion Rogue. Yeah, I guess we just got unlucky with the damage rolls in that fight. Since the equipment is definitely the right one. Okay, didn't pay attention when I was where I was running. This is the true ending. We're doing everything. But yeah, normally to get a true ending, you would need to do all the quests in in the last act, and you would need to kill all the cryptics. Then you're gonna get the last quest that basically lets you do the fight that I just did. Don't freeze us. Okay, the important people did not get frozen. And I still have Zarm powers to spare, so it's all good. So after we do a fight, we return to the garden and take another path. How many bosses left? 6, 7, I think. Still quite a bit of them. For next one, I'll need Yuna. No, not Yuna, Kurt. Oops. But yeah, this is the final dungeon. So we should be done quite soon. But yeah, for the final dungeon here, I don't know, I guess it's okay, final dungeon. I personally really like the Vermilion Castle in Cold Steel 2. But we never have gotten anything similar to that. It's better than Cold Steel 3's final dungeon, that's for sure. Literally spinning all your way down. Now, did I do? No, I didn't yet. That's more like a bit old estimate, Lester, but yeah, it's really a safe estimate. I know how many things can go in the wrong. Okay, we go first, which is really good. Saves us some time. You've seen my practice runs, you've seen enough memes. And we got new memes in this run as well. Marathon memes only. Exclusive marathon memes happened. Alright. The usual Brave Stones. And we'll do a normal attack here. So here we actually do benefit from Makias. Accelerate. Oh wow, he did not get delayed a lot. We should still be able to survive this. Hopefully. Okay, that definitely does not look too good. At least one, I need one person alive to do the Unite attack. But yeah, you normally, when you break him, he gets delayed more than that, but sometimes he barely gets delayed. Like enemies are supposed to get delayed once you break them. But yeah, that was a really weak delay. Alright, on to the next one. For the next one, I'll need Yuna now instead of Kurt. Some fights just require one person in the fight, but some of the other fights require even up to 3 people. Which can be pretty annoying when you want to use your main team, but you cannot. One thing is that you cannot speed up the door animation, sadly. So here we want to go first. Oh, that's really good. This way we avoid Campabella's turn order. I mean turn order. There you go. Chrono Burst, Brave Soul, and then we're switching Laura. Yeah, when there's an enemy order up, I should have explained that earlier, but yeah, you cannot use your own order until the order duration is over. Okay, Emblem, I need you in the party, so need a Lisa, and I'll need Eustace.
これは高魔城の時みたいな螺旋回廊だね。
ええ、あるいは聖杯の時みたいな。
なる。
危険度大、どうか気をつけて。
Yeah, this kind of does remind a little of the Spiral Dungeon in Coastal 3. Just this one little section, but I feel like, yeah, even Coastal 2 had the Spiral section in the Vermilion Castle. Yeah, that's true. There's no spiral catch. Alright. He bobs, that's annoying. To the Noble Rice. Okay, that's that. And now our Divine Knight battle fight. Now we got this feature, right? So every time we do complete a Divine Knight battle, we get some bonuses. Most of the time we did get some stats, but this time we learned a new craft instead. Technically that's an order, but still. Okay, let's hope we can break him here. Good. Let's see. Yeah, I should be good using that. I need at least 8 of them for the final fight. Right, emblem. Where is Emma? Speed. Yeah, the next fight requires Emma. We do equip a lot of speed on her just so she can go fast. And we can switch her out for Laura. Yeah, that is indeed quite a bit of characters. When you gotta select specific ones out of that pool, yeah, it can be sometimes annoying. Okay, time to fight McBurn. Except he looks kind of different. Oh, nice. First turn. I do want him to go first, though. Like, I still need to get Beast turn. That's the thing. Okay. Reaches everybody. Well, sometimes you don't do enough damage. It's difficult to react to that. So we switch out for her. Give a speed boost. You gotta finish this fight with Volumar. Otherwise you cannot defeat McBurn like that. Now if you do that fast enough, you actually skip a cutscene, because there's a cutscene that plays a little later in the battle. If you don't defeat McBurn fast enough. Okay, last menuing. Sarah, where you at? I need Taurus on you. All right. This, that, double checking, looks good. So yeah, this is Osborne, the main villain of this series, you could say. Okay, power potion. Well, that's that fight. Now we're going to the Divine Light battle. Unlucky. Alright, the fight will be a bit different.
行くわよ。
僕の番だな。ありがとう。
私の番ね。
ありがとう。行くぞ。みんな。
私の番だ。
俺の番だな。
感謝します。よーし。
Goodbye, Yuna.
感謝します。
負けられない。
We kind of have a blind. Yeah.
しなくては。
Forgot about that part.
ありがとう。やばいな。
Who's going for everybody? Alright, we kind of will have to do this differently. Even though I don't like it.
おいよ。
Brimstone.
行くぞ。
行くぞ。俺の番だな。
No buffs.
よ。
We kind of have to save our BP.
行くぞ。みんな。
よーし。
Save Reen.
ありがとう。僕の番だな。おいよ。
Alright, we're good. The fight goes way different if you miss the first attack that is supposed to unbalance him. Alright, now it's time for all the party members. Everyone is here, guys. Literally everyone. Yeah. I'm missing you. Alright, this is the final battle. I'm gonna inform that time will be not on the last set. It will be on the final screen. So let me find the orders. So we have multiple teams here, but we only need to use one team. Didn't reach Victor. You know what? Might as well do this. Capsule. Okay, time is coming up pretty soonish, in like 10 seconds or even less. So we gotta skip through these remaining cutscenes. And time. And that's it. That's Cold Steel 4 80% normal turbo. So yeah, thank you so much for having me another year here again with another Cold Steel game. Shoutouts to Cold Steel speedrun community. I'm not Cold Steel, but overall the Kiseki community. Yeah, shoutouts to Questing for Glory as well for having me here as well and organizing this event, which is really great every year. It's really amazing to be a part of this. Yes, this is the end. The end. Well, yeah, that's all I have to say